Okay, hello guys. Welcome to Millennium Stain. I got another deck profile for y'all. I know it's been a little minute, but we had to touch on them God cards. As of course with the new Jack Knights, King's Knight support. I don't know if you want to call them King's Knight, Queen's Knight. But we got Joker's Knight. As you can see, we don't really run Imperial Bower, and we don't run Joker's Knight or the other trap card, the Court of Cards. This card really ain't as far as anything goes. I mean, it banishes it. It can get you a lot of draws, but it's not really doing anything. So standard version of the deck, we trying to account for everything, and some pretty crazy replays, man, up ahead, man. We talk about deck choices at the end, and we're gonna get straight into this one. Of course, we put the well, as you can see, OTK baby, and this deck can go first as well. So pretty good stuff right there. So. And yeah, man, pretty good stuff. We could get. So we go with the first play. Here's Ignistress. Well, I decided to go Slifer first, which in my mind is why I didn't know about this. You can actually tribute your own opponent's monsters to summon Wing Dragon of Raw Sphere mode. Makes a big difference when you're and so that ended pretty quick because he couldn't do anything. But you could tribute their monsters with Sphere mode, and it doesn't even matter at all. As we're about to see in this replay, things got pretty spicy. So he negates the invoked Makaba, which I don't consider this tech top tier, right? Messed up thing here though is I get my knights on the field. I'm like Thunder Speed Summon, but instead I search Sphere mode. It's pretty rough, but Sphere mode can't be attacked. I make Tornado Dragon, get rid of his scales, and I still got a full hand, so it's kind of wild. And basically just scoop, because next turn you realize this game. God card. I'm finna draw another Dark Early no more. And let's go. Now I'm going against Cubics. For the love of God. Breakthrough skill and infinity permanence. Hey guys, breakthrough skill still good. Don't underestimate that card. It's 2 negates. But I managed to, you know, disparity into Harpy, so it's like good luck. That get Ash Blossomed here. What's the saving grace? Pretty sure he could send the trap card to keep summoning these guys, but the guy didn't do that. So I could have waited, but I think, yeah, you can't wait. You can only activate the trap card during your turn. It's like, wait a minute. I wasn't ready. This is why it's good to play one ancient chant, because you see, the Winged Dragon of Raw, that big boy need help. Also, it gives you an extra tribute summon for whatever reason that you didn't already have it. go. Magical meltdown. Get negated. And don't cry about it. Here's where I thought I would have been dead. I tried to set 2 bluffs just because I didn't really have any go first stuff. And I got the second disparity. So here he gets the full 8K on me, but don't attack for 7,000. Still decides to waste all his advantage on a power blind, but it ain't gonna do anything. I guess the guy wasn't thinking. Yeah, he pretty much killed himself, so. He could have at least try to attack me for 7,000. Washington does have some standard protection on it. And then here we go, we got Glabbies. Now I'm pretty sure he could have got a better board than this, but hey, look, it is what it is. They summons Augusta. Augusta could have summoned something else. Got the lightning storm. Go second card. What you gonna do with that? It's like, guys, wasn't he supposed to activate this? Or am I tripping? Bruh, scoops. It's like I gotta watch that one again. Okay, so no, he did activate it, but he could he just didn't have a lot. As soon as he seen, I think, exchanging souls or sphere mode, he was like, I'm out of there. Where I just knew all his monsters was gone, so he was like, shoot, I'm not gonna be. Yo, dude already knew all your monsters is gone at that point. So next replay, we got a mirror match. You gotta be really careful in the mirror match too, is what I learned. You was better off summoning Slifer first. Because if you don't, then they do it, then they just gonna win. I can't remember if this is that game I lost like that, or if I didn't add it to the replay, but yeah. Summon Slifer on you first, then it's a game. That's pretty much game over for you. And in the final build, I kind of took out that little engine. Except for in situations like that where they get turned around and, yeah, Slifer would have got boosted up. He could have been permanent. He would have had to waste the impermanence, though, to kill me. This is probably the replay that I lost or something like that because of that situation that I just explained. You really got to summon that Slifer first, thinking that you wouldn't need to, but yeah, you kind of need to. It's okay. Leave him at 700. Well, this isn't that game. Maybe I did record that other game. Oh, do you waste his normal summon? I was like, shit, tribute your monsters. And he's like, wait a minute, what? Exactly. Well, I had Thunder Force attack, so he was going to all your monsters could get blowed up anyway. I have 4 cards in hand. I was gonna draw some more. Pretty good stuff though. So it wasn't that game. And this guy, I don't know what kind of jank dank he was running. Looked like he was trying to run, the spaceship cards, all the 1200 like spaceship cards with the Mort Slag, which Mort Slag is good, but these other cards aren't. If you're gonna run them, the only cards you would need is maybe Moon Mirror Shield and Mort Slag. Maybe not even Honest, to be honest. Or just those 9. Moon Mirror Shield, Mort Slag, and Honest. You definitely don't need Magical Midfield Breaker. You need some type of floodgate to say, hey, look, man. But that deck in general needs more support anyway. Since Slifer's normal summoned, Honest actually kind of can come up here. I mean, he can kill Slifer, but I think I kind of already knew there was an Honest. It's just to go sphere mode. So it's like, he can't even attack. Bro, just quit. I mean, this could tribute itself to go into another monster. But bro just quit. I mean, it can't destroy it. Says, because Mort Strike says, it is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects of special summon monsters. During the damage scale, the opponent's special summon monsters. See what I'm saying? This ain't that easy to attack over. But I did have Joker straight, which could have gave me a monster that was strong enough to attack over it. So, but bro just quit after that happened. After I summoned this. Because more slag would make you lose attack equal to the equipped monsters or ritual attack. So it only loses 1100. So no fuck it, don't even lose a lot. His attack is so low that my monster only loses 1100. So I can still attack over it with invoked Mega Blood. Dang, that's kind of messed up. You're like, you only lose that much? Yeah, it's not good. It's not good unless you have a normal summon monster that has really high attack points. Like 1900, your opponent monster loses 1900, well then odds are they're not getting over it easily. So, oh, now we got the jank for real. This was straight jank. Jank in the bank. What was we playing against, guy? Oh yeah, that Gandora thing. Some Gandora Yugi deck. Go ahead, draw a card. Look at this, man. This guy has every meta card. There's so many staples in his hand. It's crazy. So, that gets negated, and I'm just like, dang. One weakness to Slifer is that it's so easy to negate him that you can't ever be meta, bro. I apologize for your inconvenience. So during the battle phase, you can activate this, causing me to hit my opponent. But they happen to get my Slifer from my graveyard. If not, that would have been a lot of damage. Destroys all my shit with Raigeki though. Once again decides to get the barrier statue back. All I need is one monster. I proceed to get that monster and then exchanging souls into Slifer. Yeet. Since you can only activate one card effect after it's been activated, the real sucky part of exchanging souls, you shouldn't be playing 3 of that card because of that effect right there. Can indeed lock you out of the game, guys. So be careful, man. Well, I decided to drop it down to 2, so here go, another mirror match. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, but in this case, he happened to have the impermanence. It's kind of bad for me. So if I won this game, it'd be a hell of a surprise, right? And they decided to go for guilty, though. They only attack over another monster per turn. Can attack twice. So I don't see why. But only if you use monsters on the field. Then I kind of end up just coming back. He can't really normal summon anything right here. Yeah, because if you get Slifer in the mirror match, it's just like it's really good to have it on the field. You see, it's just too good. And we got kill I kill zombies. This is when I was trying out impermanence though. Oh no, my monsters. I'm pretty sure if I didn't lose this, it'd be like, wait a minute, how did you win that? I don't even know. There's one thing you could play, potentially a pot of avarice in this deck, because you can just generate everything back. It's like, wait a minute, what? Hold on, we got to pause right there, guys. See, this is where Imperial Bower can kind of help you. So, oh, like I have one. If I used it earlier that game, I don't know. I gotta check. You gotta check, guys. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. We'll exit as soon as we see. Be like, oh, dude, you're taking too long. Let's replay. Look, we'll see. I put a lot of replays in here too. Like we came back on them. It's whether or not we should have versus the final build. Does it have the Imperial Bower in it? They only play like one anyway if you're gonna play it. It's too easy to get negated. telling you, I know how many people would have scooped right there. Yeah, right here, what it was is no. I made the Utopia, and the guy really must have thought I was gonna like. I was just probably gonna make that. I made that to just kind of like scare him. Like, I guess it kind of worked. It worked. So, yeah, that's what we drew into the Imperial Bower. But this was just to bait him to a negate. Then bam. Then we get the Utopia double on field. So I played two Utopias so game jam. GG's. Brad knew what time it was as soon as he seen that. I'm like, wait a minute, what? No. I think not 500. This only has 500 attack, unfortunately for him. So, yeah. Kind of messed me up myself. And bro scooped because my cards recover themselves. And I ain't open anything at all except for this. So I like activate that first turn. What are you gonna do? You can go into a Winged Dragon of Raw Sphere mode and then prevent an attack. But that's still not really nothing with everybody running around with Dark Ruler no more droplets. And this deck is not bad. Like, look at how good this is. Hot Red Dragon and Supernova Dragon on the field. And he could potentially have even an extra negate. But instead, he decides to go for this. So this guy still has plays for days. Don't know why I summoned his ass. Like, I don't even know exactly why I did that. That was the dumbest thing I done did. Luckily, my opponent forgot to negate him. And they forgot to negate him and then attack into this. So they had already entered battle phase, and this guy can't be destroyed in battle. So luckily, we both misplayed. And his effect is kind of like if you control no other monsters, you contribute this card, take two different monsters, and deck them on Queens, Knights, Kings, Knights, and or Jacks Knight. Either added to your hand, special summon each monster. You can only use effective period battle once per turn. Why is it that it doesn't have Joker's Knight either on there? As you can see, this guy just doesn't stop synchro summoning. Even after all that, the guy still had a field, but lost, but didn't lose because of that. But lost because of that. It could have summoned the monster in attack and defense position. When this card signature, every target one resonator monster you agree. Catch up monster extra return. So yeah, he kind of misplayed right there. That was his own fault. Summon that in defensive mode. Could have summoned something from his deck and attacked for game. I don't really. I don't know if it would. No, it would have been for game. Cause I'm only at 700, so it looks like 2,000 would have been at would have been at 1,000 if it's a 3,000. So I guess that's one I got to check out. Cause if he summoned something with 3,000, would have lost 2,000, still been at 1,000, attack and then ram into it. Then I still would have had Winged Dragon of Raw on the field outside of that one monster. Still wouldn't have been able to recover advantage. So this looks like this will be a long one. And so we have spell books. Guys, I'm not finished sure I'm gonna have y'all sit through this spell book game. It's way too long. Even though I managed to win, it's just because my cards can keep a lot of recovery going. And that deck's trying to dwindle you down on advantage this whole time by banishing key cards with Spell Book of Fate. As you can see, you can banish a card that can't be targeted. Even if it could be destroyed as the battle, it still would have negated it. Luckily, I can just recover my cards, and it's like, so what? See, I knew Jogan was coming. The guy just didn't draw it early enough. But motherfucker happened to have three ash blossoms in this game, which I thought was insane. Somehow that made my card miss timing as well for attempting to chain it. So he has to banish one of them. Realize that he has to banish that card. And this build, current build, I did play Court of Cards. So bro decided to scoop after that. Had enough of me and my endless recovery. And not Mirror Match. Go against Ritual Beast. I guess he just wanted me to skip my turn. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna skip my turn though. My deck plays on your turn anyway. Here I decided to just let him pop off. And I think you know why. Just let him go ahead and get his combo. It's like, okay, right here, right here. And recover my card at the same time. It's like, are you good? I'm great. It's like, bro, realized. I was like, yes indeed, yes indeed. Wing Dragon of Raw about to come out. It's pretty good if I could be able to beat a Utopia deck. This deck is not to be trifled with at all. He brings out this fist card, which apparently I don't read correctly because it turns everything into water. So I didn't get rid of it and got rid of everything else. And this card almost basically gives him the game back. Cause that Sphere Mode pretty much just like it demolished him. Let's just say that. Me not realizing how crazy this card is. Luckily, my deck has enough recoveries that I can make up for my stupid mistake. I decided to say, you know what? I'm just gonna end this. Right on the monster that was being annoying. And so, that's the end of God Knights, man. Pretty cool deck, man. Um, thing is, we kind of shifted away from playing the one of Imperial Bower. You can still play the one Imperial Bower. You just don't run the Ash Blossoms here at the end, the most competitive version of the deck where we got Alistair the Invoker. And that's just what it is. 2 Winged Dragon of Ross. You know you can play 2 Jack's Knight, 2 Queen's Knight. We'll get into that. Only 2 because you don't really want to max out on these. You could max out on King's Knight. Take advantage of having one of these left on the field and summon it, but you don't need to do that. You don't need to max out on them. 1 Winged Dragon of Raw, OTK, 3 Slifer's main thing that you can search for, and 2 Sphere Mode because it's searchable. Winged Dragon of Raw is searchable, so basically Winged Dragon of Raw, Slifer. Alistair the Invoker, you only need 2. We're trying to like make sure you have at least the opening turn. Gotta go second. Ash Blossom, slow your opponent down. You could just play the other cards that I was playing, like the other 3 cards, like the Thunder Force Attack and the Egyptian God Slime and things like that. And even Called by the Grave or something like that, or whatever. Or just Imperial Bower. Any of those cards do just fine. But I mean, I think this would be the most competitive version. And 1 Heart Beast, 2 Dark Rule, no more case you go second. Only 1 Invocation, recycle it. Ancient Chant, 2 Pot of Disparity, 2 Joker Straight, 3 Joker Straights. Let's talk touch upon more about Invocation. Invocation could also be used to fusion summon anything else. So I mean, it's not actually that bad in general for the whole God card strategy because you can't actually use it to make Egyptian God Slime, but you need the Aqua. You need an extra Aqua monster, plus you need a level 10 Water monster. Still haven't got that Aqua monster, whatever it's supposed to be. So you had an Aqua monster, Invocation. You play 2 copies of Invocation, and you play more of a fusion build, and maybe you could do something there. And you'd have an easier chance of fusioning, summoning the card, right? Because it can be summoned pretty easily, so you can fusion summon it. And oh yeah, you can fusion summon the warrior monsters, the light warrior monsters, via Invocation as well. So between Jack's Knight and Queen's Knight and King's Knight, you can also play Invocation to fusion summon. Even though they have their own personalized fusion card, Invocation can also be used to fusion summon those light warriors. So I could have played one of those light warriors in the extra deck, then only 2 exchanging souls, because once again, it has that lockout ability that you only get one effect after you activate it, and then you're locked out until the next end of the next turn. I'm like, this is not that good. You take a lot from your opponent, but the gods take a lot away from you. So be careful. Double or nothing. Of course, for OTK. 3 Thunder Speed Summon, main thing. Magical Meltdown. Make sure the first turn goes Trap Tricks. Okay, because Joker's wild. We need that instantly. His card's too good. And then that kind of like one Egyptian God Slime. Because it was there just in case you played Guardian Slime and 3 Invoke Megapus. S39 Utopia package. 2 Utopias. You go into Lightning as well. You ain't really got to play S30 Utopia. That's for extra materials for the cover. That could be something else. Tornado Dragon. Bakushka. Utopia Double. Arcana Extra Joker just in case you want to link it away and you don't got nothing else. You can make this 2800 guy. And he can special summon. And he can add. So when he dies, he pretty much sets up for King's Knight. Basically, when he does, search Queen, summon King, and then boom. But you don't gonna do that. Phoenix, you always need that to pop the back row and then 2 of the maidens. Because you know, invocation can just take an opponent's monster from your opponent's graveyard. So for the 3rd Macabre, you don't really need that. And then that's it, man. Hey man, that wraps up this deck profile, man. Hey, make sure y'all lightning strike that like button again, man. This deck took a lot of work to get to, man. Pretty simple stuff. Not any really, not too much of a combo heavy deck. You could play a combo deck, but I'm like, in reality, the deck is it's already got a lot of bricks between the god cards and the night cards. So I'm like, yeah, combo. I haven't really been messing around with too many combo decks lately anyway, and that's right up my alley. Cause this deck is not really fit to be a combo deck when you have this many bricks in your deck anyway. Really not fit to be a combo deck, guys. So it's gonna be more of a straightforward deck. Maybe you could get some good power cards in there and there and that. But you do have the ability to sack all your opponent's monsters off on their turn. That right there is really strong, and your opponent has to watch out for it. And yeah, and still, Thunder Force attack is still pretty good. But you're only gonna end up playing like one of these at all. And so, at the end, what do we think about the new support? The new support is pretty nice. It's pretty good. It does what it needs to do. Having an ability to search Slifer and Winged Dragon of Fall is pretty good. We're still missing that Obelisk and those that Thunder Force attack and Fist of Fate searcher. But for the most part, everything else is pretty good. If we had those cards, then we'd be in a better position to play gods competitively. But for us right now, no, we're not looking that way. But otherwise, guys, I'm out of here, man.